We have to at least,
Acknowledge the
acknowledge.
fact that
Yeah, yeah.
we are a little shook. Welcome to the TCAT 10-minute take. It is January 26th. Normally this is a super lighthearted nonsense show, but we just found out that Kobe Bryant's helicopter went down in Calabasas and he did not survive. And we are, understandably, as I'm sure everybody else, a little bit shook. But we are on a timetable here, so we will get through today's nonsense movie,
Yeah. Yeah.
um, which was,
Bad Boys for Life.
I was about to say Gemini Man, but same movie,
Yeah.
same diff.
Yeah.
Bad Boys for Life
Yeah.
was the nonsense movie. But before we get started, make sure you click on that subscribe button and you click that bell so you get all the notifications of the 10-minute takes as soon as they drop. We will get into some more as we have horror movies coming up in the next couple of weeks. I don't know what we're going to see. We don't know what we're going to see. But you know what? Leave a comment. If you want us to see something specific, we'll do that. We're open. We're flexible. It's here.
Yeah. And let me just say to the one commenter that we did see, you want us to review Cats. You're asking a lot for that one.
That's asking a lot.
That's asking a lot. We saw it. Now, we'll get to that, but boy, you are asking a lot. But that's coming a little later. Yeah.
That's like I'm still in therapy about it.
Yeah. That's a lot.
But anyways, this
yeah.
is Bad Boys for Life.
Bad Boys for
I
Life.
don't even. I mean, I don't even. I'll let you. Obviously, Don goes first,
I'll
and
go.
by the time you're done, I'll remember this movie.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
let me start the timer and go.
Okay. Bad Boys for Life. Martin Lawrence, Will Smith. I believe it's done by a Belgian duo. Are they Belgian? I believe it is.
Frenchish.
Produced by Michael Bay. Bad
And
Boys
Jerry
for Life.
Bruckheimer.
And Jerry Bruckheimer, sorry. Third movie in this trilogy. Let me just say, the first Bad Boys movie, I liked the dynamic between obviously Martin Lawrence and Will Smith. I mean, they were great. It was very over the top, very Michael Bay-ish, lots of explosions, shaky cam everywhere. And at the time, it looks great, looks awesome. Now it's kind of showing its datedness a little bit, but the action still has moments of, okay, that is kind of cool. Although the shaky cam stuff really, thankfully, that's not a big thing anymore. The second Bad Boys, I didn't really enjoy because to me it was written that their relationship seemed just mean, like always angry at each other, like. But it's different than if you're just boys who can argue with each other. It just seemed just so angry that I couldn't really enjoy the movie that much. Now, don't get me wrong. It's got one of probably the greatest car chase sequences between when he's in his Ferrari and he's chasing down the truck and they're just offloading cars going over that bridge. That is just superb. I have to give him credit. That is a great action sequence. But that was really probably the only thing from the second movie that I really enjoyed. I just thought it was so mean, and I'm just like, why am I watching this movie? They seem to hate each other. Why do I care? So in this movie, it's a much better relationship, and I see, and they sort of made it as more of a thing about, Martin Lawrence's character is ready to retire to move on to another phase. And Will Smith's character just has to hold on, which, okay, I get it, because that's all he's got in his life. He's not married, no kids. That's all he has. So I was like, okay, I buy their dynamic there. Aside from that, the action is okay, nothing memorable. Some of the jokes are, There was one moment that truly did make me laugh. It was when they were shooting the rubber bullets at that one guy. And Martin just had to go touch that made me laugh. I'm not gonna lie, but that was probably the only moment that really had me laughing. I just kind of chuckled at other things. I was just glad to see everybody there. I had good surprises at who they brought back. I was kind of happily surprised at that. The story, you can probably figure out what's going on, and even the twist, I was like, oh, come on. And I think the worst part was he had to like sit there for 5 minutes and expositor in his exposition and just lay it all out for everything. I'm like, really? I'm like, really? So there was that, and at the very end, and this is not giving away anything, there's going to be a fourth one. So there's that. So I mean, for me, look, it's okay. It's okay. I sat through it as a fan. I always will enjoy Will and Martin, but their age is showing. Martin looks fat. Any of the action sequences, he looks slow, and you can see that they're not doing all the action like say they did in the first one. It's that's okay, I guess. I can understand they're in their 50s, but this is not opening night. This is more like you go on a Tuesday, Wednesday, find a good matinee price, knock yourself out, have a good time. If I was to give it a number score, I'll give it a 6. For the Martin Lawrence and Will Smith thing, because they're just great together. Will has a couple good one-liners, but in terms of the movie in general, it's it's nothing to kill yourself over and see. It's serviceable. You probably enjoy it, have a good time, but honestly, once you leave the movie theater, you're probably going to be thinking, where did I park my car? and that's going to be your dominant thought process,
right? Like this movie's not going to stick in your head.
No.
So I feel like maybe I liked it a little bit more than that, because I did not like Bad Boys 2 very much at all either. I liked, it was like Ocean's 11, Ocean's 12, and Ocean's 13. Like that middle one just really changed the dynamic, and it was a bummer. And this one's sort of back to form. I know Will Smith seems to be going through some things right now with his movie choices. He's having a bit of a midlife crisis where he's now the old dude in the club. That seems to be the running theme going on and he's coming to terms with that. I mean, even though he still looks great, I mean, he's holding it down, but he's definitely going through something.
And you know what's funny? Like, I totally got that vibe in Now They're Dynamic, and I was like, that's cool. That works. That was probably just the only thing for me that story-wise that But you're right. It is that. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, in Martin Lawrence, it's weird. Like, he does look fat, but it's only his head.
True. His face looks pretty fat. Yeah.
He's not.
Now, I did see in an interview, though, he said he hurt his back.
Yeah.
So he couldn't do hardly, he says.
But I mean, that was totally appropriate for the character and for the movie.
Right.
I mean, like, that was not, it wasn't like we're watching something where he's supposed to be, like when we were watching The Irishman and they had the younged up version of De Niro giving a beatdown, and it was like the most geriatric beatdown you've ever seen. He's supposed to be young, but it's 70-year-old De Niro doing the stunt.
Right.
It wasn't out of place. It wasn't inappropriate. Like, even if it's real,
right?
Like, it could have been acting, and it was totally appropriate. That they were, because both of them, even Will too. Like when they were doing the foot race, and they were running down the block, and both of them, like Will wasn't even running like running.
Right. I was like, that's the slowest damn foot race I ever saw.
Like, Tom Cruise is the only one out there still booking.
Running.
Like, he's still booking it.
He is running.
But it was definitely predictable, easy popcorn movie that if you don't want to, think about stuff for a while, like you just want to go and turn off and have an enjoyable, predictable movie. It was weird with the retconned backstory for Will Smith that they had to tack in there to make any of that make sense, because that wasn't what we knew of that character's backstory. They just sort of made that up. So they were like, literally a year before they met, all of this stuff happened.
And the
We've
thing
never
is,
heard anything
yeah,
about
and the thing is, in the first Bad Boys, when Will is over at Martin's house, watching wife and kids, and Martin sneaks over thinking Will's doing something, and they
hmm
catch each other outside in the pool, and Will's like, "I've known you damn near all my life."
hmm
Why now? It could mean a myriad of things. I'm guessing it because when he's at the house and the wife is showing him like old pictures of Martin, I think it
Yeah,
looks like when he's in college. That because I didn't look like high school Martin. I'm
right.
like they must go back, well
At
before.
least to the academy.
Right.
They're supposed to be the same age, right?
Yeah, so they at least have to go back then, and I thought they were boys from even before then because he knows
I
about
did
his
too.
family.
I did too. Like I thought they knew each other from
Right.
before, but I
So
guess
how he
we're
doesn't
fuck
how
us. I mean,
well.
shit. We're-
So I'm like, how all of a sudden this secret retcon story popped in? I'm like,
yeah,
what?
and it was pretty crazy too because I watched Gemini Man the night before on Redbox, and they are literally the exact same movie. Not to give anything away.
Oh, you can. Oh, you
Just
can.
they
You
are
can.
literally the exact same
Yeah.
movie.
Yeah.
But I do want to throw in there like that movie could have done just because we're not going to talk about Gemini Man, and I feel like I need to express this that if they had just gotten Justice Smith or even Jaden Smith to just play a younger version instead of spent $1 bajillion on that Uncanny Valley nonsense, it would have made it would have been a much better movie. Like the movie was
Yeah.
fine, the performances were fine. It was just like we're
Yeah.
not there yet in the
Yeah.
technology. Still Uncanny Valley. But back to Bad Boys for Life. The new characters, the younger generation or whatever, they were fine. They weren't like particularly memorable, but they
Right.
were fine. Like everybody was fine. The performances were fine. The action was fine. The story was stupid but fine. It's definitely a matinee movie.
Yes.
Yeah, so if you want to just go and you're going on a inoffensive date for it might not even be in the theater by Valentine's Day anymore, but I don't know. But it's fine. It's totally
Yeah.
fine. You want to go on a Saturday, you got nothing to do, you got some AMC bucks to burn. It's totally fine.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't spend nighttime money on this movie.
Oh no. No.
No, so yeah, that's that on that.
Yeah.
I mean, we're not going to go over 10 for Bad Boys for Life because it was just fine.
Yeah. It was a good popcorn dispensable movie, which luckily for them, the two leads are very charismatic, which is why it's making great money. And like, hey,
The only
good for
reason
it.
why that movie is like super watchable is because Will Smith and Martin
Yeah.
Lawrence are a good time.
Yeah. So I mean, and good for it, and I'm glad it's doing whatever. But besides that,
Will Smith is super dependable. Like even when his movies are bad, it's still kind of a good time. Like the Will Smith is the pizza of actors. Like
it's always good.
I've never seen a movie with Will Smith in it that was bad enough that I would never watch it again. Like even Wild Wild West was still kind of a good time. Like
Because he's funny.
yeah, and
Yeah.
and it's still like I'll watch it on TNT, whatever, it's fine.
That's true.
And
That's true. Just wait for that giant mechanical spider.
I've seen iRobot like 3 or 4 times.
I
It's
like iRobot.
I like
do.
iRobot. I like
dig
Will
it.
Smith. He's just likable. He's
Yeah.
just that guy. I don't even like romantic comedies, and I'll watch Hitch if that's on
I like
USA
Hitch.
while I'm on the bike.
I like
Like,
Hitch.
Even that crappy movie with his son is watchable.
After Earth.
After Earth, it's watchable. Especially if it's on, like if
Yeah.
it's on Sci-Fi Channel, and it's just you're on a treadmill and you got nothing. But it's on.
Yeah.
It's Will
Yeah.
Smith, and it's on,
It's
and
on.
it's totally fine. So yeah, it's totally fine. You got go
Yeah.
watch it. Tell them where they can find us so we can get out of here and go more in Kobe for the rest of the day.
Obviously, where you can find us, where you can find everything, tcadnetwork.com. That's where all of our podcasts are up. That's where all of our 10-minute links to our 10-minute tapes are up. Also, we've got other great content of Good Morning Antioch and the reading as well. But while you're here on YouTube, don't forget to subscribe here and hit the bell. But tcadnetwork.com, if you want to be lazy and just have all the content in one spot, it is right there. Always go check it out. And don't forget, you can always get in contact with us through Facebook, TCAT Podcast on there. We're on Twitter at the TCAT Podcast. Also, Sheree is on there, Actor on the Edge. Hit us up, send us an email, give us a call. Our phone number is on the tcadnetwork.com website.
Leave a message. We'll play it on one of our shows.
Or leave us a comment as well for something else you want us to review. Please don't make it cats. God, don't make it cats. Yeah.
Just why do they have clothes that they took off? Like, that's what I don't understand. Like, either they have fur or they have clothes. Like, that made it weirdly sexual. Like, why did they do that? I can't. I'm not ready.
Just not.
I'm not ready to talk about it.
That's where you can find us. I don't know what the next movie we're gonna do. I thought this morning, I'm pretty sure I knew, but then once this news of Kobe Bryant passing, it's just kerfuffled me big time, and it's not even so much like I'm the biggest Kobe Bryant fan in the world. It's really simply the fact of like he's like my age. He's like 41. He's married with kids. Insanely relatable, and he's simply going about his day, and then bam, he's gone.
You never know, man.
That kind of sticks with you for a little bit, and it makes you just sort of examine what you're doing, and it's like, listen, I'm just gonna say, whatever you're doing out there, I don't care what it is. Whatever you're doing, try and make sure to do something you're pleased with in some way, shape, or form. Okay?
Yeah.
Try
absolutely.
not. I mean, we have to do things we don't want to do. I get that, because bills have to be paid and all that. I totally understand. But if you can, try and fuse every day with something you like to do. Stop looking at other people online to compare yourself with whatever they're doing, because 99% of them are just faking it and lying to make it seem like they're doing this great. You do what you need to do for you. Try to live great. Try to live as happy as you can, or just have some great little small moments every day to bring you some sort of joy, because man, when you can just go that fast,
life's too short to not be happy.
Seriously. So I don't care if it's just simply getting a Starbucks macchiato, whatever it's called in the morning. If that makes you happy, knock yourself out. Get that moment of happy. Just do it. Because, man. Yeah. So, yeah, we'll figure out what the next movie is. We'll be doing the 10-minute take. We're also going to put this on the podcast, so if you be listening for that as well. Hey, be safe out there. Till next time, we'll see ya.